I'm gonna make a thing and stuff. It's gonna be great, guys. All right. See if we can. $5,000 bounty has been set on my head. This is fun. Hopefully, we can find some people to try to collect it, and then completely thwart them because I have weapons. All right. We're gonna unalive some people on online, and see if let's see if we can actually find a thing where people are actually there and not arguing constantly. I love you. All right. I love myself. Self-love. There we go. I'm gonna talk about self-love, and my little brother is gonna curse me out every single time I try to talk. It's gonna be great. And there are a lot of times where I learned that it wasn't just the medication that I was taking to be able to feel better, and wasn't just because I was doing something to make myself feel better that made me feel better. It was more over my ideals that I was trying to promote for myself, and that's what made me feel better about a situation that I thought was going wrong or was going in the wrong direction. It made me, in some cases, made me able to see a path that no one else saw, but was kind of the most positive for the situation. Like, instead of what's the word? Instead of going to a different state and acting like a fool and doing whatever I wanted to do because I thought it was funny, I thought to myself that maybe I should take into account that other people are acting and want to act a different way because they feel depressed in some way, and what they need in a certain aspect of their own lives is a little bit of respect and self-love. And a lot of times people don't know that. Like, it hurts sometimes to be able to be able to do something that you thought was real or that you thought was amazing, and then realize that it was all just a joke, or that it was all just some sort of thing, some sort of ploy. And I'm not saying that it was ever a ploy or there was ever something that wasn't going to make any sense, but I think that it fooled into believing a lot of different half-truths, and that's, I think, the reason why they don't feel as though they want to feel positive about themselves anymore. And the refrigerator is going haywire because of my roommate's son trying to use the Wi-Fi to fix it. So it's okay. Yeah. Whenever I actually felt like figuring out a certain situation, or figuring out a certain problem that I had or something like that, I would think about more than just, I mean, like, first of all, I used a lot of times fantasies to escape it, I guess, whether it was women or cool stuff, or explosions, or stuff that I thought was amazing, or maybe just like a notion that I felt whenever I read something, like whenever I was reading a book or something like that. Like when I got into J.R.R. Tolkien, the Lord of the Rings, or any of that other stuff, or when I used to read fantasy novels, when I would I mean, it just gave me so much freedom, I guess. And that's the reason why I don't want to go back to it, because I'm afraid that whatever is taken from that is going to be kind of not bastardized, but like just remade into new and into new plot lines that go along the same kind of thing, and it kind of gives me the same thoughts. So I'm waiting for like a new era of books to come out before I ever start reading again. So like, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And but moreover than what I'm actually thinking about sometimes, I kind of try to build on an idea that I'm actually trying to make, like some sort of something that I think in my head that if I ever had the opportunity to be able to make, I would follow through with it. Like if I ever had enough money to be able to see a certain part of myself, not a certain part of myself, but a certain part of my idea, or a certain part of my life succeed in some way, then I'd probably be finding their vehicle for the longest free fall. Okay, cool. I got 46 seconds to get in the air. All right. But yeah, that's basically what I think of when I think of like self-love and stuff like that. A lot of times, it was like people inspired me along the way, and I don't want to give them complete and utter full credit or full control over what I think their life is about, because I know that they have regular lives too, so it's not really like that huge of a deal. I mean, you know, that's the reason why I think that like I like what they do, but I don't like who they are unless they want to share that part of their lives with me, because it's like, yeah, that's it. So I mean, like until I get their personality and understand the way that they kind of grew up, and not just the way that they grew up on stage, like the way that they're telling me a certain thing. It's like the way that I find out. It's like people say that like I didn't like the title of Kevin Hart's thing, Laugh at My Pain, I guess. I didn't like it because I don't think that you should focus on the pain a lot, or I mean that's just the way that I am. I think it's just you should focus on something that distracts you from the pain, to let you know that you feeling the pain, it's making you focus on that pain. So helping yourself focus on something else that you came up with, or that your idea was, you'll realize that not only will no one else feel that pain with you, but moreover you're kind of going in the right direction whenever you kind of distract yourself from the pain, because you'll realize that you can kind of numb yourself a little bit with either adrenaline or I mean, or anything that you think is coming out. Like when I broke my leg in high school, I didn't focus exactly on the pain. I fucking cursed my ass off, and then I started making jokes, because that's basically what you got to do to be able to distract yourself from the fact that your fucking leg is broken or dislocated. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think. Yeah. You know what? You know what? You know what I think is probably the best idea, is if you take like an idea of something that you heard of, not like when you were a kid or anything like that, but whenever you're kind of thinking about something, just realize something that like it doesn't make any sense, basically to like focus on a whole bunch of pain, because all you're doing is basically running the blood basically from your body is running straight to that, to be able to heal it, or to be able to try to heal it. So it's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. So okay, so yeah, I took like 2 Vicodin, and then that was it. I refused to take pain pills after that. Yeah. Yeah, I had like I had 5 titanium pins in my body, so it was like, so it was pretty harsh, and yeah, I broke my leg in 3 places. They said so. So it was like, so it was basically like what? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't need to, I should have, yeah, I'm in 2nd place, so, a lot of times, whenever I used to feel as, what? Yeah, that's probably why, yeah, it's 7,000 feet, but, but yeah, that's most of the time whenever I was thinking about, what I should think about, whenever I was trying to distract myself with something that doesn't make any sense, or something that I thought doesn't make any sense, because the more you think about it, the realization of the fact that your mind it's kind of a joke sometimes, to be able, to be able to distract yourself from pain, or to make you think about a certain word, or to make you think about certain things, to be able to distract yourself from an emotional pain, from a trauma, or from a physical pain. And most of the time, whenever I was thinking about physical pain, I tried to think about something else, or to distract my mind from something, and I was able to basically act like it didn't even matter to me, like it was just like, it's like you're not. It's not that I'm like. It's not that there's like a suicidal or a homicidal or a self-harm sort of thing that goes into it. Yeah, it's not. It's like a disconnecting from your adrenaline, and realizing that the more you panic, the more you'll the more blood will go to that part. And I just fucking realized that I don't have any goddamn bazooka shots, because I was gonna shoot that motherfucker. All right. All right. I just said motherfucker, but I mean, if you think that you can handle that, then you can. But I mean, I usually take let's see, wait, like I usually take my thoughts into construct about okay, I'm gonna do this. Thanks, Jacob, for making me God damn it. Huh? Nicely done. I think I have beer in the fridge, but I'm not drinking it right now until about 5 o'clock, so. What? It's 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Oh, I thought you were topping yourself off with an alcoholic drink. I was just like, nah. I don't drink before. I think most of the time, if it's a party or if I'm feeling good about myself, I think I don't drink before about 12 or 1. And then if I know that I'm not doing anything, then I'm just gonna drink at like 5 or 6 whenever I feel like falling asleep at some point. It just relaxes me every once in a while, and I don't try to do it too often, because I know that your pain receptors sort of they kind of like you're not your pain receptors, but your alcohol like pathways. Yeah, it does all the time. So it's like really hard to be able to figure out exactly your pathways for like yeah. I think a lot of times whenever I just have a good time, like whenever I'm in a good mood or something like that, I drink. But but I'm not in a good mood, like a great mood, basically. I feel absolutely amazing, and there's nothing that can go wrong in this certain situation. I trust the people that I'm with, and I trust the things that are happening. There's no fucked up situations that are happening, no girlfriends that are yelling at people, and if they are, then they're not actually serious about it most of the time. You know, it's like I'm not like
Don't ask.
Yeah, I don't think that I've done that extremely often. I did it a couple times. I did that pretty much a few times, basically. I'm gonna see how high I can go, and I'm pretty freaking high, so. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Amazing. I'm in close second, so hopefully I'm in. $5,000. That's the most I could go in a helicopter, so. Without almost failing because of the time clock. But yeah, most of the time whenever I was thinking like sad or stupid thoughts, basically, that didn't make any sense to me, I just most of the time I would think about something that was actually in reality. And I'm actually diagnosed schizoaffective, and I fucking hate it. Yeah. Most of the time, whenever I was thinking about stuff that that mattered in my life, I whenever I was like thinking about like a girl that like got away, or a situation in my life that didn't make any sense. Yeah, I do. I have a pretty fucking active one, so it's like, and most of the time I let's put it like this. I started reading J.R.R. Tolkien when I was about 5 or 6. So, yeah. So a lot of times I would think about, yeah, it's really shitty. It is. It's like, it sucks, man. It really does. Now it's like you can still like the music, but most of the times it's like I think the whole message that it was trying to say is that like it. I mean, I hate it when people try to say that they've been through sorrow, but then they do nothing to be able to help themselves. It's like your boy from the Misfits now is like a fucking billionaire now. It's like a millionaire. Now he can buy anything that he fucking wants to, but he still does the same style because he wants to remember where he came from to be able to do the stuff that he did. I mean it's like he's trying not to be now. It's like I think a lot of times is you can change the situations in your life because of the people that are around you, and when you have supportive people, it's like it'll help. It helps a lot to have supportive people around you, and like especially Huh? All right, he left. But most of the time when I was in certain situations, I wanted to be able to make a better life for myself, and a better situation.
Damn.
And
Kanye just endorsed Trump. So did Chance the Rapper endorsed Republicans. He said, Chance the Rapper said black people don't have to be Democrats.
yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Why just be Democrats?
Republican. I'm joking.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Republic.
I don't. Jacob, give me my lighter. It's on the couch.
We all need things.
Situations that I got divided from in my life. I realized that there were a lot of situations in my life to where I could have made the better decisions, and that's the reason why I kind of detached myself from not what I call society, but what I call from social interaction sometimes. I realized that I have not fucked up situations, but I have negative thoughts a lot, and I realized that I don't want to talk to those people right now because I have negative thoughts roaming through my head sometimes, just like trying to find a place in whatever I'm trying to be. It's more over like me trying to get over not childhood stuff, but just I think the everyday grind, I guess. Like the whole situation that I'm trying to put in my I'm trying to make myself realize that society itself is not a lie, it's what we make it. So if people lie all the time, then society itself becomes a lie. And then and it's like life is what you make it. So it's like, why not a bunch of different other stuff that you would think that is literally set in motion? And it's like the constant thought that someone's always going to do wrong, or someone's always going to do something fucked up. Like saying that Gerard Way is going to constantly ask people to masturbate in front of him, or
Who's Gerard? Who's Gerard?
Gerard Way, the lead singer for My Chemical Romance, and the dude for it's like that dude didn't get drunk, or he relapsed, and eventually he was like, fuck it all, I don't want to be in this situation, I'm not stupid, I don't want to do this, and then he fucking did it, and then he's stupid. But most of the time, whenever I was in a situation where I knew it wouldn't pan out for me, I just kind of just stepped back from the situation. I didn't try to blame anyone for the situation, or me not being a part of the situation, or me not being a part of a certain era, or a certain kind of it's like a situational panic sometimes when people think that there's, yeah, I know, I'm going over it, so if he comes out, then I'm gonna murder him. Whenever when I went through that certain situation, or realized a certain situation in my life, I felt like there was a big difference between what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it. The more I realized that no, you can't. It's all closed, I think. And yeah, no, he's being a bitch. It's okay. Most of the time, whenever I saw certain situations in my life go haywire, or messed up or something like that, I'd see, most of the time, but other times, sometimes I acted unfairly, I guess. But I never hit anyone that I don't think deserved it. And I never tried to murder anyone, and I never tried to murder myself. Um, most of the time, I situationally managed my anger, and I realized that most of the time, whenever I was going through a certain situation, I tried to make it a better situation for me, and the more I realized that certain situation mattered, the more I realized that I mattered in that situation. The more that I realized that, God damn it, I was gonna murder him. Got him. Yep, I killed him. Because I wanted to see if he had a bounty on his head or something. I don't know. Because I'm like, there's other people that I've met, around. What? Yeah. I think that self-love comes into a certain situation that, that whenever I'm trying to get myself together before a certain big situation happens or before a certain event happens, the more I realize a certain situation not defines me, but is the defining factor in what someone else thinks about me. And the more oh, he's gonna try to get rockets and stuff. It's gonna be great. First, I'm gonna murder this guy. The more that I realized that those certain situations mattered, got him. It's okay. I'm just trying to be an assassin. It's funny. I'm trying to get like a $10,000 bounty on my head and I have everyone try to freaking try to kill me. So it's funny. Most of the time I figured out that not only was I not delusional, but I had a little bit more of an excitement over the situation because of the possibility of something amazing happening. And not only did I feel that, oh, he's back. Yeah, I know he is. I'm gonna see, he glitched. There we go. I'm not gonna shoot at him yet. Most of the time, whenever I was he's about to, yeah. Most of the time, whenever I was around a certain situation, I realized that the more that I pushed the situation, the more that I'd find out exactly how a person felt about me. But the more I tried to be able to make sure that I could build on a situation, the more that I realized that situational emotion that they felt about me was changeable because I wasn't that person that they thought I was. And moreover, I think that the situation changes when a person says, like, it's not like that movie Crash, because there's no way that I ever sexually assaulted a woman, ever, and it's like it's like those pleasant surprises that happen whenever there's like a it's like a zombie apocalypse movie that's funny. Okay, you never know what kind of person is available to take care of certain situations. You never know what kind of person is actually ready to be able to be there in certain situations when the shit gets tough, when stuff gets really fucked up. And I'm at 29 minutes, but I've been talking this entire time, so I think I'm gonna stop right now. You never know what kind of person will be there for you, so it's like if you kind of think back on certain situations and realize that that the more you think about something, the more you'll realize that that certain situation didn't define you. It didn't make you who you were. It just made you realize a certain part of yourself that you were kind of yearning for, I guess. And I think self-love comes into that. And also, I don't always use self-love. Sometimes I use introspectiveness to be able to realize a certain situation that I messed up on, or maybe that I took the wrong way, I guess. And maybe I shouldn't have. But also, too, I think that the more you connect yourself with people, the more emotionally invested you get into the things that they do. And if you're angry about something, then that anger gets translated and sometimes being the asshole in a certain situation. And I'm gonna murder this dude and then we're done. Murder. Oh, he's in this house. God damn it. I thought he wasn't. Oh wait, no he's not. Yes! The more I think about certain situations, the more I realize that those certain situations are not outdated, but sometimes you outlive those experiences, and you want those experiences again. That was a name. The more I try to build on certain situations in my life, the more I realized that the people weren't going to be there just for me. They were going to be there because they thought that somehow I was building on a certain situation, and there we go. And no matter what door he comes out of. All right. And now we wait. No, I'm just playing. The more that I think about certain situations that happened, the more that I realize that I could have really said something more pertinent in that situation. And like your parents are psychos and they manipulated you into doing a whole bunch of shit, and that's the reason why you even think that they even have your back or bought you a car that was completely and utterly malfunctioned. You know, like
Don't ask how I got this number. We met a while ago, I think. Or we should have done. There's a...
or hey, I think that, that you should understand that I do care about you and want to know you every like instance of your life, and I don't want to be able to forget about something, because forgetting is stupid, because it just makes you make the same mistake over and over again. And if you forget about something, then you don't see the warning signs of someone trying to take advantage of you or using you for something. And I think that if you try to forget, then I don't want to know you, because if all you're going to do is forget, then eventually you'll just forget me. So don't forget, remember, and realize that the more mature you become in a situation, the more you'll be able to realize that your true self is the person that's mature enough to be able to handle those situations, and not the person who thinks that everything's just a game. That's the person that copes with the most stuff, but realize that's just a coping mechanism. It's not a part of your personality. It's just something you do, you know? and also realize that let's see, we had a great time. I think that it was amazing and awesome, and I was kind of the best person for me at the time, but understandably so. We never communicated. We never communicated about anything, and that's the main key, what I was looking for in a person that wanted to be able to be with me, or to be able to have that's just a certain situation, or we never made a certain situation happen, and that certain situation was the thing that I was looking for in someone, and you just stalled. So it's not like I don't have less feelings for you because of it, but until you become that mature person and are able to realize that the reason why we failed is because we were both investing in things that were just dumb so that we could lose ourselves. But understandably so, I actually didn't want to lose myself, but you did. And the more that I think about something, the more that I noticed about something, the more that I notice about anything, is that I'll love whatever person that I'm talking about forever. I'll still love them, because what happens if they have no one and they need someone to talk to? But granted, we're never going to talk about the same situations we talked about, because of me not trusting them or me not being able to be around them, because they're not there for me. But if you ever have someone that is like that, you don't become their friend. Just become a shoulder to listen to, or an ear to be able to be like, hey, I hear what you're saying, I understand what you're saying, and you're like the freaking most level-headed person ever. But also realize that level-headed person isn't gonna fall for the stupid bullshit anymore. Isn't gonna fall for the, hey, let's go dance behind the levee and then listen to music and act like we're gonna do something, and then go somewhere else and do something, and then ruin an experience that could have been completely and utterly amazing if you just would have took the risk, you know. Or and I do love risk takers. Like that's my thing. I love spontaneous risk takers that are sometimes messy. And Jessica Simpson was my perfect woman. She had a messy room. It was really hot. It was really, really hot. And she played jokes on her husband so many times. It was hilarious. I laughed. Ex-husband. Yep. Ex-husband. What? Jessica Simpson, if you're not doing anything. Friggin' what?
Or did it?
All right. Thank you for listening. This has been Joe Bomb Squad. You are your own metaphorical, personal one-man or woman bomb squad, and you can defuse situations before they happen. You can make sure that a situation can be the best and most positive outcome, even if it's the most fucked up situation. Realize that you can make it happen, and you can make it not happen if it's something bad. Realize that that you're better off not believing in anyone else but yourself before anyone else. And the more you realize that you can believe in yourself and not figure out the stupid bullshit that they have for you, or whatever person that thought they were trying to take advantage of you, or not take advantage of you, but try and make you realize your true self. Understandably so, they don't know anything if they don't understand anything. If they don't understand anything about you, if you don't communicate, then there's no relationship. There's just people shooting in the dark. And if you get shot, then you're done. So,
Alright.
So, be yourself and understand that in whatever situation comes,
You'll get through it.
Goodbye, friends.
have a good one, and open yourself up to situations, but don't open yourself up fully all the time, because the more you open yourself up to situations that are fucked up, the more people understand that you're open to their bullshit and their idiocy, and they will just spew a whole bunch of different metaphorical idiocy into something they can think about, and then they'll try to be something amazing. And they'll be like, I can't believe that dude was such a douchebag to me. He never let me pay rent, and then take money from him, and then a whole bunch of different shit. And then that was terrible. It's just terrible. Realize that. It's just terrible. Situations like that are dumb. I have a cool roommate. She yells at me all the time. It's great. Have a good day.